So a man sat at a metro station in Washington, D.C., and he started to play the violin. And it was a cold January morning. He played 6 Bach pieces during the morning rush hour, and around 1,100 people passed by the man playing. 3 minutes into the performance, a middle-aged man noticed that a musician was playing. He slowed his pace, paused for a few seconds, and then hurried up to meet his schedule. A minute after this, the violinist received his first dollar tip. A woman threw money into the till without stopping and continued to walk. A few minutes later, a man leaned against the wall to listen for a moment, but then looked at his watch and started to walk again. Clearly, he was late for work. The one who paid the most attention was a 4-year-old boy. As he slowed to watch the violinist, his mother hurried him along, but the child resisted. When the mother then pushed hard, the child reluctantly continued to walk, but had his eyes focused on the violinist as he moved forward. This action was repeated by several other children. All the parents, without exception, forced them to move on. In the 45 minutes the musician played, only 6 people stopped to listen. About 20 gave him money, but continued to walk their normal pace. He collected $32. When he finished playing and the silence took over, no one noticed it, no one applauded, nor was there any recognition. Interestingly, the violinist was Joshua Bell, one of the most talented musicians in the world. He had just played one of the most intricate pieces ever written on a violin, worth over $3.5 million. 2 days before playing his concert in the subway, Joshua Bell sold out at a theater in Boston where the seats averaged $100. This is a real story. Joshua Bell playing incognito in the metro station was organized by the Washington Post as part of a social experiment about perception, taste, and the priorities of people. The outlines were, in a commonplace environment at an inappropriate hour, how do we perceive beauty? Do we stop to appreciate it? Do we recognize the talent in an unexpected context? The story of Joshua Bell is the story that many businesses and entrepreneurs face on a routine basis. How do we ensure consumers understand the value and benefits of our products? Consumers are busy, just like in the rushed metro station. The local grocery shop and your favorite online store are not too different. The same recital paid out a couple $100,000 in one venue and just $32 in another, proving that the perception of the product is key. The product, which is Joshua and his $3.5 million violin, being the constant in both. Though there are a lot of variables to consider in this equation, and of course the Metro performance was not marketed or advertised. So the takeaway here is that value must be perceived, and that factors that impact perception are important to understand. This section of the course is going to focus on an important human element, perception, and dive into the details that have a significant impact on how people perceive your products and your packaging.